Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming back with us this afternoon. We're about to go to a Leadership Council panel discussion among three members of the CPCU Society's Leadership Council. Those are going to be Elaine George, who is the CPCU Society President-elect, Sherry McFadden, who's the CPCU Society President, and also Greg Golson, who is a CPCU Society Leadership Council member. We've been trying to get them all into the meeting here in the last few minutes. Before we go to them, I do want to thank a few people that we really haven't gotten to yet. I really wanted to thank the members of our seminar committee who were responsible for putting together all these great sessions that you've heard today. That committee is led by Ed Combs. It includes David Russell, Susan Atkins, Damian Riley, and Rodney Brennan. So special thanks to all of them for really putting all of these sessions together. So we really appreciate that. So I think at this point we can probably go. I think we have Greg Golson with us, who is one of the members of our session. So Greg, I know we're going to have this roundtable discussion, but I'm not really sure where Sherry or Elaine are yet. Have you been in communication with them?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I hope sounds like you've had a rousing day so far.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Looks like you're riding in a car.
I'm not driving. I'm here
Okay,
with
that's good.
actually have a chauffeur, Becky Raybook, chapter governor in North Florida.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
So do you want to talk a little bit while we about what's going on at the Leadership Council level while we hang on and wait for Elaine and Sherry?
Most definitely. Well, we're all gearing up for a couple of weeks from now for Inter-Risk in New Orleans. And as a native Louisianian, I'm really looking forward to it. I'd love for everybody that's going to attend Inter-Risk to follow on Interact. I've been putting forth my top 10 things to do in New.
You froze up, Greg, but I think you're about to say your top 10 things
And
to do in New Orleans. So that's great. Yeah.
yeah, should be a blast. We have over 800 people that have registered so far. This year we have about 1,700 new designees, which is really exciting, and looking forward to meeting some of those in New Orleans. We have a great keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker, I don't know how much you know about people who do these crazy races called Ironman competitions.
Oh, yeah.
But they swim about a mile and a half. They bike 125 miles, and then they run a marathon. Our
Right.
speaker did 100 Ironmans in 100 straight days.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah,
I think we have an outstanding keynote speaker this year.
great. Okay, it looks like Elaine is here with us. So I'm going to introduce Elaine George. Elaine is no stranger to those of us on the West Coast and in this region. Elaine is a former chapter member of the Los Angeles chapter, where she worked for quite a while in downtown Los Angeles, and I got to know her when I was also with the Los Angeles chapter. Elaine now has moved on to Chubb. Chubb, I think, multinational, where she is a vice president, I think in the New York area. So, and also, as I mentioned, Elaine is taking over as president. She's now president-elect of this society, and she'll be taking over as president at Inter-Risk, as Greg mentioned in just a few weeks. So, Elaine, can you take it away?
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for having me here. Can you hear me and hear me
Yes.
well?
Yes.
I'm at St.
Yes.
John's today with the New York City chapter. So
Great.
Didn't know if you can hear me. Thank you for having me here. Do we have a Sherry on the line? I can't see if she's on. I looked and I saw some familiar faces like Denise and Betsy and Carol, but I didn't see Sherry.
No, I can, why don't I sign off here while you and Greg talk, and I'll see if I can find Sherry.
All right. Okay. Well, we
Okay.
can get started. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, for hosting this meeting, and for having actually Greg and Sherry also join. And I see we also have Denise Brown here is also a leadership council member, and Betsy Brewer, past president of 2006 Global CPCU Society president. So Betsy, thank you very much for your 44 years of service to the society. Did I get that right? I see you're smiling. 44 years?
Close enough.
Oh, it's more than that. Oh, I got to do my math.
No, I think you're probably right on.
I Googled you up, Betsy.
Oh,
So
that's fine. Okay.
that's amazing to think one person, 44 years. So Betsy, thank you. You can teach us all a few things. On behalf of the Leadership Council member, we thank the chapter for all your hard work and dedication to the society. And Greg and I here and Sherry to talk to you about chapters, what to expect, good news. Not many changes are coming. And we'll do a sort of a Q&A. We'll have a little bit of a quiz and then hopefully leave some questions at the end so you can get to ask us, you have time to ask us some questions. I am particularly passionate about a society because it changed my life. 20 years ago, I came to the US from British Guyana, and I didn't know a single person in the insurance industry in the US. Now I have a solid network of professionals, thanks to CPCU Society members. What do we say in the society? If you don't know something, you know someone who knows someone who knows someone. And as we know, or some of us might know, the society was established in 1944 by 6 insurance producers. I am extremely grateful to those leaders who made the last 82 years possible. And I'm happy to do my part with the Leadership Council members, volunteers, and chapter leaders to keep that light going. Paul, I wanted to ask Sherry, as the president, to introduce herself next, but if she's not on, I'm going to start with Greg. I just want to make sure that she's on. She said she was going to be on.
I just sent her an email. I haven't heard from her yet.
Okay, so Greg and I are going to be running the show. Greg, this could be dangerous. So Greg, let's start introductions. Please introduce yourself. Actually, maybe, I don't know. Did you do that before I jumped on and you were talking? Does everyone know who you are?
We were just, I don't, just briefly. Hi, I'm Greg Golson. I actually retired last year in October from JS Held. Now I have my own consulting firm called Up to Now. I'm happy to be on the Leadership Council. Got my CPCU a little while ago, and I am the liaison for the membership committee, and really look forward to working with Elaine in 2026.
All right, looks like Sherry is just coming on now.
Okay. Hello, Sherry. Just in time for introductions.
Perfect.
So go ahead, introduce yourself. And then also at the same time, tell us why you're passionate about CPCU Society.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you all, first of all, for having me join you all today. I apologize for being a couple of minutes late, wrapping up a board meeting here in Phoenix. I'm currently proudly able to announce I am your 2025 CPCU Society President of the Leadership Council under the Institutes. My background, 25 plus years of leadership with State Farm Insurance Company, 35 plus years in the industry. I'm very passionate about risk management because I believe that it is one of the areas that brings about the opportunities for the average person to recover from major losses. And it also moves the economy. Our country is better because we have opportunities for the economic impact not to be so severe when there's a loss to a business, to a family, or even a life of a family member. So I take this as a very noble profession, and I've been very proud for many years to serve in different capacities with the CPCU Society, local chapter, and now, of course, with the society at the national and global level. So thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Sherry. We appreciate that. So since we only have a few minutes, we've got less than 30 minutes now. Let's get right into our discussion.
Sure.
Where, Sherry, as the president, do you see chapters fitting into the society, and what can they expect in the next few years?
The local CPCU chapters are really the backbone of the society. And this is very, very important to understand. And I served in leadership with the Phoenix CPCU chapter as we call the Good Works, Community Outreach, later Vice President and President, as well as the Mountain States Governor for Colorado, Utah, and Arizona. The foundational experience of leading a local chapter, CPCU chapter, is where you not only have the greatest opportunity to bring on new members, but to retain members as well. It's camaraderie that I found by being a member of a local chapter, getting to know individuals in the risk management arena from various walks of life, and also solidifying for me the reason why we do this good work. It is at the local level that continues to build the membership that we see at the national level. So anything that happens at the local level has a tremendous impact on how members feel about their affiliation with the CPCU society at the national level. When it's local, you feel it. When it's national, you want to join and you want to support it. But it is the local chapters that I have my greatest heart and strength in supporting.
I totally agree with that, Sherry. Greg, do you want to chime in there?
I totally concur. While I truly enjoy being part of the national group, being an interest group governor was one of the funnest times at CPCU. The local chapters are where you can do true in-person networking on a regular level and actually get leadership skills that you may not can get from work that you can apply there.
Greg, I could not agree more. I personally, in addition to what Greg and Sherry said, I think chapters is running a small business. You learn P&L, profit and loss experience, you gain board experience, and you learn how to work a room, all necessary skills in our day jobs. So all three of us here, and you're hearing from 3 Leadership Council members, chapters are the backbone of society. For those of you who might know John Kelly, he used to say the bloodline of society. So chapters are here to stay, and we treasure what you do. And I am going to call on a CPCU society leader who's here and a member of the Europe chapter, if she wants to say a few words. I don't know if she can hear me and she can come off mute, but Denise Brown, I see you're on the call, and this is California is your town, right? So is your state. So Denise? I called her out and maybe she's not, she can't get off mute. So we'll move on then. Did I hear her say something? Okay. So Sherry, we recently learned that some new leadership roles are opening soon. Do you want to tell us a little bit about those roles?
Yeah, of course. One of the things I encourage all of you all to do is to, not that I do it every day, but I follow the CPCU Society. Our volunteer leadership application. When you click into that application, it will update with the latest leadership roles that are available. So based on the timing and where we are in the fall of the year, this is a good time to start searching for those opportunities. And I strongly encourage you to do that. Even if you're not thinking about committing yourself to a role, this is a good way to learn about what is it that I would need to possibly be competitive in the future or in the very near future. So those opportunities are very transparent to all of you all. They also offer a great opportunity for us to get a diverse, I would say a well-educated, well-committed group of individuals that we just don't know all of you all. And in any group I'm with, I'm constantly searching, looking through the names, and I got to send an email like, hey, you need to wave your hand for leadership. And I see Betsy there because I love Betsy Brewer. Let me just tell you that. but it is an opportunity for you to serve. The profession that we're in, as Greg mentioned, you can gain leadership experience through the CPCU Society that you may not have in your current role. But it also allows us to know our current and future succession planning in terms of who's out there. So I encourage you to please check the volunteer leader application, and any of our current openings for governor or any of the other positions that are available will be listed there. And again, it allows you to think about those roles, think about your current abilities to serve, and what our future needs will be as well. So that's my billboard for leadership roles and responsibilities. But I believe in succession planning as a leader. We need to be 3, 4, 5 years out, knowing who our bench strength will be for the society, leadership council under the institutes.
Good point, Sherry. Greg, do you want to add anything there? I'm pretty sure you do, knowing you.
Yeah. I think that one of the things to think about, maybe you want to do something totally different from your day job or something like it. You may not know, but there are 8 different interest groups, including being on the group that does Insights magazine, the quarterly magazine that comes out for us. So while you may want to do something involving your job, you may want to do something totally different. Or even if you're considering doing something different in your career, join an interest group or become a chapter governor if you've enjoyed being in local leadership. One of the funnest roles I had at CPCU is being an interest group governor over the reinsurance surplus lines and over the 3IG group, the international group. So there are a lot of different opportunities, and each one of the opportunities, by the way, when you click, will let you know about the time commitment you should think about you're doing when you apply for one of those positions.
That's true, Greg. So, and specifically for, well, first of all, on a global level, we have applications opening in October. Well, actually, it's the end of October, October 31st, a few days, for a managing chapter governor, a chapter governor, IG governor, and LC positions are also opening. Specifically, though, for the LA region, we have an opening for the Los Angeles, Southern California, let me see if I get this right, and Hawaii territory, right? Which is what the chapters are here on this call represents. So we do have a governor role opening October 31st. So anyone on this call interested, I would highly recommend reaching out to myself, Sherry, Greg, if you have questions, or Denise. And Denise actually just mentioned to me she cannot unmute. So risk management by the chapter organizers for this event. So she's listening. But reach out to us if you have any questions or you're not sure if you should apply or not. And then also, in addition to those IG governors, we also have 3 LC Leadership Council members position opening, the society secretary, and this would be for 2020. You'll apply in 2026, you'll be 2027. So talk about succession planning, right? So bear that in mind. You're not signing up for next year. Society president, that's a big deal. And society president-elect. So I highly recommend that position. I think that's about it, what we have for opening positions that we know of. Did I miss anything there, Sherry or Greg? You know?
No, thank you for that research in those roles. And that's very similar around the country, but we are keeping it very specific to this area of the country. But yes, again, we highly encourage you all to look at those opportunities for sure.
Thank you. And then, so Greg, I know as we were discussing this meeting, you had some ideas to share and some innovative ideas actually about what a chapter could do to adopt a changing world and a changing professional environment where it might be hybrid, downtown areas like Los Angeles, New York. People are not coming in the office as much. So what ideas do you have to share with the chapter?
One of the things that I recommend is reaching out to other similar organizations and having joint meetings. maybe whether it's a REMS group, a claims group, and not only that, look for fun opportunities where you can combine them with insurance, whether it's a AAA baseball team, a microbrewery, a food truck. Believe it, remember, everything we do, insurance touches. So you can have fun events that are also insurance related. And not only that, one of the things to do, if you're trying to find speakers, don't just go to Interact. Look at what some of the local other chapters have used for their speakers. There's always people looking to speak. And by the way, everyone on Leadership Council will be glad to speak to your chapters, just to let you know.
Thanks, Greg. Sherry, would you like to
I
share some
concur with,
ideas?
yeah, I concur with Greg. I've had great opportunities to travel around the country at the invitation of various groups, very similar to this group in virtual space or in person. And, our day has to evolve. Our industry day and how we get together collectively continues to evolve. But being creative in your collaboration with other organizations, being able to, I went to one group, I want to say it was in Austin, Texas. They had a pickleball activity combined along with iDay. So we had a great time. And I'm not great at pickleball, but it was fun getting to know a few people and hanging out together. But it's the camaraderie, the industry knowledge. Keep in mind the CPCU designation is still the flagship. It's still the gold standard of risk management and property insurance for our professions. But we also want to make certain we build on the reality of the fact that we're not in the office 5 days a week, most of us. And how do we get together? How do we manage expenses? As I always say, this is a good problem to solve. But being creative with iDay, starting now and thinking about 2026, iDay is a good way to say, hey, what else can we do a little differently and still get all of this great brain thrust together, find out some great ideas throughout the year, and then bring that forward. Perhaps there's an international space. Maybe you want someone who in the global space to talk to us, come to your iDay. Maybe it's another discipline. I learned a lot about farm insurance. I thought I knew a little bit about it, but I learned a lot about agriculture policies because that's just not an area I was very familiar with. But that brings another whole opportunity for you to be creative and use your platforms, your virtual platforms, so you can bring in the good thing about a virtual platform, you can bring in folks from various walks of life, and it just builds excitement as well as knowledge. So, and also you manage your expenses. This is another area of growth and leadership is how do you use a budget, your expenses to grow and still have a fantastic iDay and celebrate your professionalism as risk management professionals. So that's what I would say. But I love coordination with other chapters. I love collaboration with other areas and industries around you, as well as the fact that you're thinking today about 2026. And Elaine will tell you that I always live in the next year. So in my mind, this year is done. We got to get ready for 2026. But we do that in a strategic mindset. And that's what we bring. And we talk about leadership, talk about your iDay, talk about chapter growth and leadership. Very passionate about the fact these are all great problems to solve. And I know many of you, I'm looking at some of the names, I know some of you are the right people to help us continue with that positive solution-oriented mindset.
That is so true, Sherry. So thank you for that. Next, we have put together a short quiz. So I will share my screen and we have some A, B's, and C's, and it looks as though, so Jennifer, actually, let me just give Jennifer Drum, our governor, a shout out for making a comment there about how good the position of a governor is. So please connect with Jennifer too if you have any questions. She recommends the position. I've actually heard it's one of the best positions within the society. So, okay, I'm guessing you can see my screen here, right? So what we'll do, we'll have first question. We'll ask the question to, I'll read it out. Can please type in the answer? We'll ask who's paying attention. A, B, C, or if it just might be A or B. And then I'll also ask Sherry and Greg, and they don't know which one I'll call on to answer. You can get it wrong, but Sherry and Greg cannot get this wrong. We're going to call them out if they do. So, is the CPCU designation mandatory to be a member of the CPCU Society? Yes, no, or I do not know. A is yes, B is no, or C, I do not know. Paul, we didn't tell you this, but we'll have you tell us what we're seeing there. I can't see the screen.
I'm seeing a lot of Bs, a whole lot of Bs.
A lot of B's in the chat. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of Bs in the chat.
So, Sherry, do you agree with that? Is the answer B? It's not mandatory?
That is absolutely correct. It is not mandatory to be a member of the CPCU Society if you do not have your designation. Now, that was a change. This is a change that it evolved over the years. So the CPCU designation is not mandatory. You can join the CPCU Society without having a designation. We like for you to work toward it, but also there are other designations that are also part of the industry that's under the CPCU Society and the institutes. And we'll talk about those just before we end. I want to go to the next quiz question because Greg is going to get this one.
Nice job. Nice job, Sherry. Passing the buck here. So is it necessary to hold the CPCU designation or be a member of the society to attend Into Risk? So do you have to hold a designation or be a member, Greg, to attend Into Risk?
All you have to have is green money.
So did everyone hear that? Okay, green money, that's all you need. You don't need the designation.
We love having people that aren't CPCUs at Into Risk.
While
it is a celebration of new designees, we love having non-CPCUs attend the event. There are a lot of sessions that people can get a lot of knowledge and networking there.
That is true. And I do agree that it is a celebration of our new designees, but I also see it as a celebration of veteran CPCUs. We do a lot for the society do a lot for us. So it's a celebration for us too, right? So
I agree.
What did people say about that though? What was the answer? Was it?
Pretty much everybody got that one right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Right, so we've got a smart group here.
But you didn't even leave. You didn't leave. I don't know as a choice. So yeah.
Yeah. I want to switch it up there. Not big changes. Okay. So this one is, I actually just learned this recently. I kind of knew it, but it wasn't confirmed. Can someone join a society now, like right now, as a new member with 2 months left in the year? And if they can, yes, they will pay for 3 months, like October, November, December, and then they'll have to pay for the 2026 dues. Or B, yes, they can join now, or they will, if they pay now, but their membership expires December 2026, meaning they get 2 months of free membership. So which one is it, A or B? And Sherry, I'll go to you, but first let's see what folks are saying in the chat.
It's everybody's saying B. There's a few question marks, and even I put in a question mark, but we think it's B.
Good.
Well, this is good. Yeah, go ahead, Sherry.
It is B, and it's one of those things that's kind of misunderstood as to when you pay your dues and when those dues are applicable for renewal. So if you pay your dues now, then that will pretty much, you're paying 2026. We get that. So technically, you get a couple of months free. And there's many reasons for that, but that's kind of how the process works. My previous employer, we could not pay our dues in the same year. And what I mean by that, because it showed up as paying your dues twice. So we could only pay January through December. Then it had to expire December, then pay January on, which could make your dues feel a little late, depending on where you are. So part of that is to get your dues in on time. And the other part of it too is when you pay January 1 through December 31st, depending on how your employer reimburses you or how that's done. And for us, the employer actually paid our dues. It wasn't pay and then get reimbursed. So this question comes up quite a bit, and that's why we kind of threw it on there. But also, if you come to Into Risk, you can pay your dues there. That's in November. We'll take your money and it does give you the rest of the year in 2026. And you may get one of our little mugs because I like to pay at Into Risk so I can get my little coffee mug for the next year. So
Our backpack.
our backpack, yeah, we give some nice little gifts. So you can pay at Into Risk. That's another question we get, but you can actually pay your dues at Into Risk as well. And most of the time, that's always going to be prior to the end of December.
A backpack. I've never gotten a backpack, but I also like this because it's great for new designees,
That's
right?
correct.
You can, right? For new members, you can pay now and you don't have to pay until December 2026. Right?
It
Your
rolls over.
membership will not expire.
Yes.
All
Good
right.
questions. Good questions.
So this little box is here. Okay. So question number 4. Greg, this one is for you. Can you belong to multiple chapters? But first, let's see what the crowd is saying. Yes or no? A or B? Yes. It's A.
There's
B.
mostly A's. There's a couple of B's. One B.
Okay. Well, yes. Greg, what do you think?
I think you can, you know, I personally joined 2 or 3 chapters because I'm not popular at one of them. Okay.
Yes. So it's yes, right? It is. Yes, you can.
You can join multiple chapters. Some people actually have the home office with that they visit on a frequent basis in one city, and then they work in another, or they just have 2 chapters that are close to them that they want to join. You can definitely join more than one chapter.
This is another one that comes up quite a bit because it's been one of those things that you're paying your dues, you're paying your chapter dues. But yes, and also global communities too. There are some members who are members of global chapters. I should say our European chapters or our West African chapter or the Romanian chapter. So our European chapters, you can actually join multiple chapters.
That is true. And I have to say, I did join our Ghana chapter just to make sure. And I wanted to be a member, but also support a new chapter. It was a nice way to get them some money. It was only $50.
Yeah. And I think it's the same with the Romanian chapter for me. So we just want to make certain that we're dispelling myth, but we also hope to give you all some updated information too, because Elaine has great little questions. This is her quiz, but I like it.
Well, it all came from us, talking about what questions do we get often.
Yeah.
So the last quiz is how can chapter leaders or chapters access the leadership council? And we've heard over the years, it's a leadership council. We're also volunteer leaders. We're no bigger or better than you. But how can chapter leaders access the leadership council? One, they can attend Into Risk and attend the meeting, the leadership council meeting, which is on Monday, November 3rd. B, they can email us directly or connect us with LinkedIn or ask the staff to put them in touch with us. Or C, you're not allowed to contact ELC. Or is it D, A, and B? I think this is a dead giveaway. Sherry, you want to start? But let's see what the answer came in from the crowd.
Yeah. It really is A and B, because again, our leadership council meeting is held at our Into Leadership and at Into Risk, and we welcome guests. Also, we do have a link that allows you to reach out to have leadership council members through the Institute staff that can put you in touch with various LC members. Actually, that's how I get most of my invitations to attend events as your president, is because of individuals and individual chapter leadership reaching out. The goal of the Leadership Council is to be available, to be a resource, and more importantly, is to make certain that we are connecting wherever we can with chapter members, chapter leadership, and being assistance. That's our goal.
That is true. Thank you, Sherry. Greg, anything to add? You're on mute.
No, we're good. She covered it 100%. We love having people sit in on the leadership council meeting if they can attend.
And y'all make us behave too. When you sit in on our meetings, we behave quite quite well when we have visitors.
Most of us do.
Well, oh yeah, true. I don't know about Greg. so we have some major events coming up. So let's first talk about November 3rd to the 5th, New Orleans. Sherry, do you want to talk a little about New Orleans?
Yes, Interest New Orleans. We will be there November 3rd through the 5th. This is at one of the changes to Interest. It's not a whole week, so the dates are such that you can come in. We have our workshops, our sessions, and then we also have our conferment. And the goal behind this kind of a shortened, abbreviated business event is to provide opportunities for as many people to attend as possible. We know there are expenses associated with travel. We know sometimes those expenses are not always supported by our corporate partners or in your structure, your corporate office. We hope that it is. And also we know that there are people who come on their own dime. So this is a good way to see that abbreviated version. We have great activities planned to on the backdrop of a beautiful city, cultural city, New Orleans. So we hope you come, have a great time, attend our sessions, our meetings. You get to see quite a few folks from our interest groups, our IGs, as well as we will have our various committee members there. And of course, our conferment, celebrating our new conferees. And we look forward to having you all there. We're very excited. And then I turn over the mantle to Elaine George, who will be your new president in 2026, and I become a past president. So all good, exciting stuff. Into Leadership 2026 is April 27th through the 29th in Nashville, Tennessee. Into Risk 2026 is confirmed October 19th through the 21st. Similar pattern to Into Risk this year, the shorter version of it, October 19th through the 21st in Las Vegas. So keep those dates in mind, and we look forward to seeing you all at all of these events. I definitely want you all to have these dates in your calendar.
Yeah, and Las Vegas is driving distance from Los Angeles. Maybe not Hawaii, but
and it is from Phoenix also. But I take Southwest.
There you go. Yes. And so there's a little bit of change in Nashville, right? Into Leadership and its benefits chapters. Sherry, did you want to take that one? Talk a little bit about.
Just so I'm aware of your question there. Is that one of the changes that we talked about?
Yes, with the chapter training.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am so excited that we have heard you all. I probably started talking about chapter leader training built into leadership 4 or 5 years ago. And to see it as a reality, that's going to be great because we recognize, again, depending on your background and where you're coming from, having a collective space for chapter leaders to develop some additional training skills and awareness. We have added that into leadership as part of the, I would say, curriculum, but part of the offerings for Into Leadership. And we're very excited about that.
I agree that it is exciting that we're giving the chapter leaders some training. We've heard you loud and clear. In addition to that, Jennifer Polachek, staff member, and the governors are working on streamlining your business plan just to make it a little bit easier for you to put into you submit your business plan. So just be on the lookout. She did say it was not big changes, should be making life easier for you. Sherry, did you want to say something? Sorry, were you going to add?
I just wanted to add, as we get near watching our time here, I didn't want us to miss out on a couple of things. And this may be part of your question too. So if I jumped ahead of you, let me know. We had a question about future of the CPCU. And I want to address that through our designations as we work with the Institute and make certain you're all aware that as we have evolving risk areas, we have the Associate in Catastrophe Risk and Resilience, ACRR, for catastrophe risk through the institutes. We have the Associate in Cyber Risk Management, ACRM. We have the Associate in Insurance Operations, AIO. And we continue to look at ways to grow in the global market, in the global space. So please make certain that you continue to look at some of the updates. It's kind of like, I've been around for a while, I don't know what's new, but evolving risks, climate changes, all the things that we're looking to, we're making certain curriculum, the content through the institutes and the CPCU Society address these evolving risk areas. So didn't want to miss an opportunity to do a shout out for why it's important to have value and the value of your CPC membership as well. And I'll turn it back over to you, Elaine. Elaine, you're on mute, and I know Greg.
God.
That's okay.
Oh, yes. So I think though, Paul, we are over time, aren't we?
Well,
So
it might be. I think so.
yes, we
A
are
little
over
bit,
time.
a little bit, but we could see if anybody has any questions, maybe put them in the chat. If there are any questions, we could do that quickly. I'm not seeing any. I got one note from Glenn Leung that says, "Thank you, Greg, Elaine, and Sherry for doing such a great job leading the CPCU Society." So that's good feedback.
I have news for Glenn. We're all leading the society. He's not off the hook. He's been a great chair, and I'm going to probably embarrass him, but this is the kind of leadership we have in the society and keeps me inspired, is that in DC, we had members from Ghana attending the meeting and didn't know the city, and Glenn took the time to take them out. And he didn't say anything. I saw them in the lobby and I said, "Where are you guys going? Are you going to get lost?" They're like, "No, we're with Glenn." So Glenn, you didn't think I would share that so there you go.
Thank
We're
you,
all
Glenn.
leaders. Yes, we're all
Yes.
leaders, and you've probably all done something like that. I just didn't know to embarrass you with it. So thank you.
And Paul, thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for
Yes,
coordinating and having us as well.
thanks so much to Elaine, Sherry, and Greg for providing your insights and letting us know what's going on at the Leadership Council level.